welcome to GameGazm. I'm Brent.
I'm Jay.
And today we've got Battlefield Hardline.
In progress, high-speed pursuit. Need backup, taking heavy fire.
So here we are with Battlefield Hardline, and those of you wanting another military-based narrative should go back to playing Battlefield 4, as Hardline is the first game in the series to break the mould in that sense. Instead we are treated to a police versus criminal story. Anyone still here? Ah, good, we shall continue. The story takes place across 10 episodes as you assume the role of Detective Nick Mendoza. I don't know why I did that. As you are caught up in a drug war taking place in Miami, with each episode set out as if it were a TV cop show.
The basic Battlefield foundation is still here. It's a first-person shooter whose gunplay emphasises positioning, bullet physics and a decent amount of environmental destruction. But another first for the series is the addition of a stealth mechanic. Enemies now have vision cones that are clearly indicated on your minimap, and a meter shows when you're in view and in danger of being spotted. You can throw empty bullet cases to distract enemies, giving you enough time to sneak by or perform a takedown.
Continuing the theme of firsts for the series, Hardline also offers you the option of a non-lethal takedown. This comes in the form of the arrest mechanic. If you can sneak up on an enemy, you can flash them.
Excuse me?
With your police badge, of course, not your truncheon.
Oh, right.
Flashing your police badge causes the enemy to drop their weapon and put their hands up. This gives you a limited opportunity to handcuff and permanently disable them. If you attempt to arrest more than one suspect at once, you'll need to cover everyone with your gun while acting, or risk someone getting ideas about resisting. And if another enemy stumbles on your arrest in progress, the jig is up and the firefight is certain to start. There are also special targets with arrest warrants out that will provide additional expert points, which in turn unlock new gear to use in the campaign.
As a cop, you have access to other cool gadgets such as tasers and a scanner. The taser offers a much easier and quicker way of non-lethally taking down targets. Gets me buzzing with excitement. Well, unless you're this guy. The scanner allows you to find intel hidden about the episode in the form of evidence, and can be used to tag enemy locations, making a stealth approach much easier. Which brings us nicely onto another new feature of Hardline. The episodes are set out in a non-linear fashion, meaning there are multiple different ways you can approach each situation. You can go bad cop, shoot first, ask questions later, or good cop, sneak in and arrest your targets.
All this is good, but we get the feeling that the biggest pull here will be the online multiplayer, and there are many different game modes to choose from. In Heist, police players are tasked with defending a vault while criminals must break in and then escape with the loot contained within. Hotwire borrows from the series defining Conquest mode, but instead of capturing and holding points on the map, players must seize marked vehicles and drive them at a minimum speed to hold them.
Blood Money features a central money pile that both teams must use to fill their own banks in order to win. Rescue sees the police trying to rescue hostages whilst the criminals try to stop you. In this mode, each player gets one life. And finally there's Crosshair, which puts one member of the police team into the role of a VIP. The criminals win if they manage to kill the VIP, and the police win if the VIP gets the extraction point safely. Like Rescue, each player only has one life.
There are 4 different factions to choose from: Bangers, Thieves, SWAT and Undercover. Each faction has 4 different classes: Operator, Mechanic, Enforcer and Professional. Each class has access to different equipment which can be expanded by purchasing new weapons using in-game money that is earned through online play. Hardline also brings back the Levolution feature from Battlefield 4 that sees certain actions transforming the environment.
Overall, Battlefield Hardline feels like a fresh approach to the series on a whole. But is this the Battlefield we wanted? Not sure I've heard of any Battlefield gamers that wanted a hefty stealth 'em up, or are we just waiting for the next-gen Battlefield 5 to be announced? With its blend of cops and robbers and stealth gameplay, Hardline has been inspired by many sources, but fails to finesse its promising new gameplay mechanics. It's a good solid shooter, like it always has been. The only difference is, well, it's not really Battlefield, landing this with a GameGazm 7.
It probably would have benefited from just being called Hardline, leaving the Battlefield franchise well alone. And if you're coming into this expecting the world from the Frostbite engine with immense strategic shootouts, you will instead find last-gen graphics, stodgy AI that has no peripheral vision, frantic blasting and a campaign that's been built just so they don't get angry tweets about there not being one. It's an inner-city romp that's more akin to the Call of Duty model of game than Battlefield, which will divide some players. However, I'm sure it won't be long before Battlefield 5 is announced, and this, meanwhile, is a great stopgap.
And there you go, so that was Battlefield Hardline.
Oh yes, Hardline, but was it as good as what you expected, Jay?
Well, it wasn't Battlefield in the sense that we know it, so it was different. So maybe, as we said, if you took Battlefield off the name and just had a normal cop versus criminal game, it would be pretty good.
It's just a completely different setting, completely different feel, I guess.
Yeah, the addition of the stealth mechanic was a really interesting choice made by Visceral Games.
Yeah, I guess it is going to be a major multiplayer title. So, like, I guess if you loved the previous Battlefields, like Battlefield 4, there is something that there's there to be. You're going to get enjoyment out of this. But whether or not you're going to feel the same way like you did about Battlefield 4. Yeah, it's a bit touch and go there, isn't it? It's a bit ropey ground. It's not. Yeah. You can't say like if you love Battlefield 4, you're gonna love this, because it's just totally different, isn't it? Maybe it's not the right scenario for you. Maybe you do want just all-out military war, but I think it's a good thing for them to experiment.
Yeah. On the flip side, it might do really well and everyone enjoys it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that happens. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been Brent.
I've been Jay.
And we've been GameGazm.